Today in the shop I got this acoustic guitar, a Jester. Never heard of it, neither had I. But I'll tell you one thing, this guitar is jacked. Hey everybody, I'm Brant, and today I'm taking a look at this Jester acoustic guitar. This is a model number JSD-28. Couldn't find any information about this guitar at all, other than old reverb listings or marketplace listings, things like that. Some information I was able to find out about this guitar was that these guitars, apparently Jester guitars, most of them were made in Romania, possibly Holland, some connection there. The story is, that I've seen online, is that a couple of executives from Martin Guitars left the company and started Jester guitars. So I don't know if this is supposed to be a knockoff Martin guitar, but I gotta tell you, it's not great. First of all, the tuners are really low and there seems to be an excess amount of string wrapped around them. There's not much place for the string to go. I don't know if you can tell how tiny those are coming through the headstock. So that seems a bit odd. The other thing is, one of the first things I noticed when the customer brought that in, the bridge pin here is broken out of the hole. It's actually sunk down in there, but it's still got the string in it. So I'm gonna have some fun getting that out. And the third thing that I noticed straight away is the action on this is about a mile. I think it's a mile, maybe a mile and a half high. It's crazy high. When I'm playing the guitar and I have it in this position and I look down at the bass E string, because it's so high, I actually think, wait, am I missing the E string? Am I playing the A string? Because I could see so much fingerboard in that huge gap. Lots of little dings and scuffs on this thing. Other than that, it's pretty straightforward acoustic. Truss rod is up here. I suspect that I'm gonna have to do something like that. I don't know if it's showing up on camera or you can almost see it, really. Just looking at it, the neck is maybe not that extreme, but it seems to be going up some. So that's gonna need some adjusting and see what we can do to get the action down. It almost looks like there's a lot of debris here at the bottom that somebody tried to, maybe the bridge was pulling up. A bridge piece was pulling off the guitar and they attempted to glue it back down. That's what I'm gonna guess. It feels really rough right in there, like there's some kind of hardened glue on top of the finish here where maybe somebody tried to fix it. I don't know. And that the bridge piece, I don't know if this is bone or plastic. It is way low. It's almost non-existent on the high E string. So there's no way I can shave that down to get the action any better. I'm gonna have to do what I can with the truss rod and see what I can do with the tuners. Aside from other specs on the guitar, I don't have any information. It was pretty impossible to find this model, let alone any details about it. So I'm gonna attempt to see what it sounds like now. I've tried playing this. It's not enjoyable to play at this point, just because the action is so incredibly high. It's the highest action I have ever seen. Not that I've seen a lot, but my experience so far, the highest. I wonder what bar chords are like if I go up the fingerboard. I'm just fighting to push the strings down. It's almost like they're working against me to push back up. It's really difficult to play. Pretty bad shape, pretty bad shape. But again, I think this is kind of a rare thing to see. I have no idea why this is here, what that's for. If you know what this is for, let me know in the comments. This little piece on the side, I don't know if it's some kind of arm rest or protection. I've not a clue. Not a clue. I've never seen that before. The tuners, I'd like to say the tuners, I don't know how the tuners feel because the string is wound so tightly that to tune the guitar I can hardly turn them. So I don't know how they're going to be. I'll get the strings off. Anyway, let me get to the bench and I'll see you in a little bit. All right, so I checked the neck level and we're actually pretty good on the neck level. There is a little bit of a bow, not an up bow, but a little bit of, maybe a little bit more than relief in the neck, but it's not horrible. It's certainly not as horrible as I thought, and that's with the strings off. So I've been trying to adjust this very unique truss rod thing. You know, I can't get a hex wrench or anything in there because it's, I mean, there's no slant here. It's just straight down. And I'm going to hit the wood. I mean, this is obviously super small. So, you know, it has these holes on the side, and I've been turning this, and it's very interesting. It seems to turn this way, but then it's almost loose to the point where I can just roll it with my finger. It's not quite there yet, but I don't feel any, see, there it goes. It starting to just, like almost it's unscrewing from the top. There's no resistance at all. I'm actually moving it with my... So that's interesting. It looks, I can't really tell, just the angle, and it's really dirty. I pulled some cobwebs and stuff out of here. I'll put some pictures. It was really dirty, like cobwebs. I haven't come across, there's a little something. You know what? Yeah, I still really can't see. It just looks like a clean hole. I don't see a spot for an Allen key. So I'm not sure that turning that, I'm doing anything at all to the truss rod. Oh, there's some more. Yeah, it's like sticky, like a spider web. There's going to be some kind of tarantula from Brazil in here or something. Anyway, so I'm very interesting. If you happen to know anything, I've looked online. I haven't posted anything. I need to start doing that. Is posting in different luthier forums. Like, hey, who knows what this is? Because I have not seen this before. It doesn't feel like I'm doing anything. I mean, I can turn it, but then it's like, well, it's done. It's not going to turn anymore. And it just goes completely loosey-goosey until it feels like this is going to fall off, and I don't necessarily want that to happen. So hopefully that it's showing me that there's not a whole bunch of stuff going on as far as, it's two-bowed. I don't know. We'll see what happens when we get strings on. The other thing maybe I can show, there you can kind of see how low the holes are for the tuners. Feed the strings through. And so we can always wind up and wind less. That's fine. But anyway, just seemed a little like a weird situation with that. And when I took the strings off, some of the strings were actually tied in knots around the post. That was fun. This guitar is certainly a joker. Oh, it's a Jester. Wah, wah. Anyway, so I'm going to put the strings on. I did manage to get I'm zoomed into everything. I did manage to get those posts out. And actually, customer had replacements, so that's handy. And what else? The ball ends for the strings barely fit through here. I don't know what's going on with this guitar. Anyway, let me get her strung up and see how she comes out. We'll see it a bit. I just realized that in the very first part of the video that I was wearing my mic, but I didn't have the setting on my phone. So sorry about that. And I just shot the first part of what I'm about to say again and didn't have the mic plugged in at all. So this has been a fantastic video. Whatever. It's anyway, where was I with this guitar? Because I said a bunch of stuff about it. So I'll point out some positives. Positives, it sounds good if you're playing cowboy chords. I got the bridge pins fixed. And the frets polished up really nice. I could tell right away as soon as I started polishing them with the fret erasers. They immediately cleaned up. Fretboard, fingerboard looks nice. Guitar is cleaned up and polished. There are a lot of little scuff marks and dings and scratches and no names on this one, so that's good. Pretty big spot, you can see it from there. Little scuff mark. But you know, wear and tear, that's fine. This is I forgot the name. John Pearson. I don't know. John something armrest. How it's an armrest, I don't know. And I heard later on they changed it from plastic. They started making them out of wood to make the guitar more resonant, I guess. But so that is a thing, and that I didn't know about. And I still don't know about, apparently. I can't remember what it's called. I did check in here through the sound hole. So apparently this neck is attached to the end of the guitar. It doesn't run through the body at all, right? There's no neck pocket per se. It is right up against the end, and the fingerboard is laying across the neck and across the body of the guitar, helping connect the two, I guess. So this is actually hollow up until the end here. So I did try and look and see if there was a truss rod adjustment under here, right around here, I guess it was where it would be. And but there is a brace in the way. So one, I can't see it. I mean, I guess I could poke in there with some mirrors and stuff, but I've already put the strings back on, and even if I could see it, I don't know that I could reach it, and I certainly don't know that I could reach it with any truss rod adjustment tool if there was something there. Because that brace is in the way, I'm going to assume that there's nothing there, because why would you put a brace in front of something you might need to adjust where you can't get to it or even tell that it's there? Is that how Martins are designed? Maybe this one was an attempt to do something different than a Martin. I don't know. I don't know. So anyway, what else? The tuners are horrible. Like, I would, if I was keeping this guitar, that would be number one thing on my list, is to change out those tuners. I'm probably going to have to tune this up again, even though I've tuned it a bunch of times. The strings, especially the high E string down here, it keeps slipping. Like, I'll be tuning it and then I'll watch it drop. The tuning drop while I'm tuning it. And I guess that's why it was in a double knot when I took the old string off, because they were having the same problem. I just did an over and under kind of thing to kind of lock things down, but apparently that's not good enough. If I didn't mention that, I did replace all of the bridge pins. There was one broken when I got the guitar. Another one broke, actually, sorry. 2 or 3 more broke while I was attempting to pull them up. They just tore in half. And then after that, after I got the rest out, I could see another, at least one of them, was cracked and was probably about to break in half. So I just ditched all of them. I actually put in a little bag for the customer in case he wants to keep them for nostalgia. I don't know, some people are like that. Who knows? I don't know. And he had some new bridge pins, so I put those in. Did I mention the truss rod up here? So I noticed that the truss rod cover is not laying flat on the headstock. That little nut or bolt piece at the end of whatever, if there is a truss rod in there, whatever that piece was, is protruded too far out,
It is actually, I can see it just slightly above the hole that it's resting in. So that's not lying flat. So, and I turned it all, pretty much all the way before I thought it was going to fall off, and turned it all the way back until I could not turn it anymore. Didn't seem to change the thing. Didn't seem to, no resistance until I got to the end, like you're screwing in a bolt. And it's done. That's what it felt like. What is it with my luck and truss rods lately? I'm going to take a real good gander at the next guitar that comes in and take a look at what's going on. Is it the truss rod? Let me see the truss rod. Show it to me. I want to see it. Move it. You got a tool for it? Show it to me. You turn it first. Anyway, let me turn off the mic, and so you can, I'm not going to talk anymore. Well, maybe a little bit, but just so you can hear what it sounds like. So.
Again, I'm going to primarily play cowboy chords. I'll try and go up and see. It's easier to play. It's better. Cowboy chords sound pretty good. It's really loud. Really nice. Let me try to show a little bit up here. If you remember what it was like for me before. Still really, really difficult. I would love to address it if I could, but I don't have the knowledge of what I could do to lower this action if the truss rod is... Dang you, truss rods! But cowboy chords, this guitar is all right. Anyway, I forgot my mic was off and you can't hear a word I'm saying anyhow. Well, it definitely looks prettier. It really does. It looks a lot nicer. It looks yeah. It looks presentable now. But look at that action. Goodness gracious me. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Maybe I need to get a Squire, eh, Ted? I need to get a Squire, something that doesn't fight me. I'll take a look at Marketplace. That is the Jester JSD-28. Rare guitar, I think. I mean, not rare as in like priceless rare. I mean like hard to find rare. Or maybe they've all been destroyed. I don't know. And for that reason alone, it might be worth something. Again, Jester looks better. Cowboy chords, it sounds great. I'm gonna stop talking. Another acoustic guitar. Another very interesting journey. Wow, not that interesting. but I don't know that I'll ever see a Jester guitar again. So I've seen one. Check. Anyway, that's it for me. Thank you very much for watching, if you made it this far. And as always, wherever you are in the world, I hope you're having a fantastic day. Cheers.